The Canadian Women's Hockey League will discontinue operations on May the 1st, the league making that announcement today. They say the business model is not economically sustainable. The CWHL was founded in 2007. It had 6 teams in North America and China, and the team rosters included national team players from the United States, Canada, Finland, Japan, and China. Well, for more on this story, we're now joined by 3-time Olympian and general manager of the Toronto Furies. Sami Jo Small is in Toronto. So, Sami, thank you for joining us today. I want to begin with your thoughts on this announcement. What went through your mind when you heard this?
Well, I think to most people it was shocking, and it was incredibly shocking to us this morning when we heard at 9:30. The league disseminated the information to us via conference call to the general managers in the league and to the CWHL PA, which is our Players Association, and nobody really knew it was coming. So I think initially such shock, sadness that what we had created 12 years ago was no longer considered viable without too many answers given. So yeah, we don't really have too many more answers than probably the fans do out there. But the message that we want to get across here in Toronto is that we're a strong organization with incredible fans, and whatever moves on from here, we want to be part of that conversation. We want to be considered amongst, we want a stake at the table. We want to be thought leaders within women's professional sports. And we know that what we've created here is strong, and we want to continue forward with the team and the players and staff that we have on board here.
Well, you know, as we say, the assessment seems to be that the league doesn't feel that this is sustainable economically. But that caught me a little bit off surprise, because to my understanding, you had some very strong ratings for the final just last weekend. Do you agree with that assessment, that this is not sustainable?
Well, that's the thing, is we don't have that information. So it's hard to make any judgment call without knowing what the financial documents are. In fact, we had meetings just last weekend at the Clarkson Cup with all the general managers. We had a great productive meeting, 5-hour meeting, talking about next year's plans, sharing best practices. The league was right there with us as we talked about the future, and there didn't seem to be any indication that we'd be going in this direction. So, I mean, for 12 years, it was sustainable. And the reason that we set up this model, and I helped set it up in 2007, was we had one central pot of money, and that money just got divided out equally. And whether we brought in more or we brought in less, we just changed the financial structure that year to be able to provide a league and a place for the players to play. So that's why this information is startling. It's something we never expected to happen, because we set up the league in a way that it would be fail-safe and that we would never fail. But the league is optimistic that we have an incredible future ahead of us. I don't know what that means, and so it's a little bit cryptic, and I think that as we look forward, we look to their guidance to know that there is something positive out there for women's hockey, and we just want to be ready for that, and we want to show that we are engaged and ready for us in the Toronto Furies organization here.
Mm-hmm. So it's almost a wait and see position.
So I have no more information.
Yeah.
I know.
But, you know,
exactly. We just want to get the word out there that we're still here and we're still viable.
You know, I imagine, though, Sami Jo, that many players still want to continue to play the game professionally. So what are their options without the league?
So in 2007, this happened to us, where the owners basically stepped away from the table, and we as players were left wondering, what do we do from here? And that's when we started this league, and we started to move forward with the plans to be able to create this actual league. And so if there is no white knight that comes down the pipeline to sort of create a new league, then we as players and stakeholders within the game create something new. And I think that could be exciting future for our game as well. And you never really know where we're gonna, I guess, end up. We'll probably know more Monday, Tuesday, as more information comes through to us, and then we can start to create a strategy and a plan moving forward that really has the best interest of the growth of the game and women's hockey at heart.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, I know I'm asking you to look into a crystal ball a little bit, but do you think any kind of reconfiguration
I would love to have that crystal ball right now.
I would love for you to have the crystal ball. But do you think that there might actually be some type of reconfigured league in whatever form by next season, or are we talking about a few years delay until something is sorted out here?
Well, we'll have an on-ice product come September. I don't know what that will look like. Will it just be a reincarnation of the current league? That's what happened to us last time. is the previous iteration of the league. The teams just continued to move forward under a new operational structure that is definitely a possibility. And beyond that, I really have no idea. And I haven't even heard rumors out there of what is coming down the pipeline. The league just sounded very optimistic in their press release and in their dissemination of information to us, and encouraged us to stay positive and to move forward together as players and staff and management. So really at this point, that's all we can do. We don't have much more information, and I've just been trying to have conversations with my players and staff today to support them and ensure them that we are working diligently to have a team here in Toronto and to move forward in women's hockey together.
Well, Sami, Joe, if it means anything to you, the conversation in this newsroom is that people are very disappointed. We all want to see women's hockey succeed, so we wish you the best of luck, and thank you for speaking to us today.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And no matter what, we'll still have a Toronto Furies organization.